Hey everyone, Shawshank Redemption back for the much anticipated 2003 off-season, coming off an 8th straight championship. We have the greatest draft class, possibly, arguably, of all time. We've seen the 84 come and go. We got John Stockton in that one. We saw the 96 one. We got Nash and Kobe and Ben Wallace in that one. And now in 03, we have, what we counted them, I think like 20 picks in 03, including the top three, or the lowest three records. We had those picks, and I've already gone through the lottery. Before we get to there, I can show you that the one Hall of Fame inductee was Tim Hardaway. He played mostly, well, he started with the Magic. It's weird that they put the Magic number or Magic logo behind him. So 4 with the Magic, and then 8 with the Bulls, and finished his career 2 years in Boston. So average double digits every year. Pretty good career there. He was also the only jersey retirement in those 8 years with the Bulls, worthy of a retirement of the number 5. We got some new logos going on. No changes in rules. But here's the lottery. The Blazers moved up from like 7th or 8th. They had a 2% chance of getting the first pick, and they did. And the one that ended up second for me, the Bucks pick, was actually supposed to be like 6th, I think. So 2 picks technically moved up, shifted the Pacers back. So now we have 4 straight, 2 through 5, 7, 11, 13, 15 through 19, 22, 27, 28. So ridiculous number of draft picks. We'll be trading away most of them. At max, we'll be keeping 3 of them, I would imagine. Unfortunately, we will not be getting LeBron James, it seems, unless there's a trade offer, maybe. Can the 2, 3, and 4 pick get him? I don't know. We don't need him, that's for sure. So I'm not bummed to not get him. I just was surprised. But we can't get the number 1 pick every year. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to look at, real quick, the team's contract situation. We've got point guards settled here. Richardson's still on his rookie deal. Smith can be replaced by a rookie. This is where if we get Dwayne Wade, it either means we should trade Richardson and or not sign Manu. Manu hasn't really been playing, so not signing him probably makes sense. Although he's A- potential, so trading him would have been better. We just gave Pippen a 1-year extension. Mills can be replaced. Gasol and Boozer still good to go with Dirk. And then Eldon can be replaced. So 1 big guy opening. That could be Chris Bosh. And 2 wings, which we know there are some wings in this draft. So let's go ahead and get in the draft and see how this all plays out. The Blazers are on the clock. They're going to take LeBron James from St. Vincent St. Mary High School, in case anybody wondered. Forget who else on their team. I know Mike Bibby's their point guard, and he made an All-NBA team, I think, this year. So, we'll see. They weren't terrible. Alright, so no trade offers. I am just going to look to see what pops up with the second pick. It says none. If I add the 3rd pick, it's also none. Oh boy. Nobody wants Dwayne Wade or Carmelo Anthony. If I add it, who do I have that can actually be traded? None of these guys would I want to trade. Boozer, maybe. He's actually the cheapest guy on the team. So it looks like we're drafting here, which I have no problem with. According to the projections, it'd be Wade, Bosh, Melo, Wade, Melo, Bosh, Wade, Bosh, Melo. Well, Wade is going to be the pick here. welcome to the team, Dwayne Wade. Said he was number 1 in every mock draft. I don't think so. Let's see if anything pops up with the 3rd pick. It says no. I don't know why. It's interesting. Alright, well, Chris Bosh is going to be on the Pacers as well, it looks like. We have a spot, I guess, more for him. Here we get some trade offers for the 4th pick. 4 trade offers. Yes, I would like to view them. Drew Gooden and John Salmons for what would be Carmelo Anthony. Gooden had a ridiculous rookie year other than his shooting percentage. If he would have shot well, he'd be averaging 20 points a game. The 6th pick and next year's pick. That's not a bad idea. Move back 2 picks and get another pick for a pretty bad team next year. I think I'm probably going to do that as long as that is the Rockets pick. The 8th pick and Rafer Alston. We don't really have a spot for Rafer. Also, this is Allen Iverson's team, and I don't think I want to put Carmelo Anthony with Allen Iverson, Nene, and Finley. So, I don't know why they only want the 4th pick and not the 3rd, but let's see if anything else. Nope, they only want the 4th, evidently. Boozer. No. Okay. Well, I think we are going to go ahead and do the trade. I don't need Carmelo on my team. Again, I think I said this in an earlier video. He's a pure scorer, and this team has way too much scoring. I mean, I know I just got Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, but they also play defense, and Melo's not known for that. So we're going to go ahead and move back 2 and get a 1st, and then we'll keep doing that. So we'll let Carmelo Anthony join the Rockets. I don't remember who all's on their team, but I'm sure he's now their best player. And now we have 5, 6, 7. And we're getting some trade offers. That is good. 3 offers now. Wright and Gugliotta, no thanks. Wilcox Ostertag, no thanks. Rafer and a top 3 protected. Those don't look good. I mean, then we could flip Rafer for something else, maybe. Who's the top now? According to projections, it's Heinrich and Barbosa. Heinrich, Barbosa, Barbosa, Heinrich. Well, we don't need either of those guys, so trading this would be best. Our open spot still on the team would be another wing player, which I guess could be Barbosa. But there was somebody down here like Kyle Korver that'd be pretty fun. He's in the 20s. A guy that doesn't need to score a lot is Boris Diaw. I like David West. So I think we're going to... I don't want Rafer Alston, but what can trading both of them do for me? Nobody wants 2 first-round picks for some reason. Still can't trade Boozer. Alright, so we'll go to that Suns, because that pick still could be really good. Let's see if I can do it without Rafer. Oh, they have the 8th pick too. Oh, that's protection. Can we do it unprotected, please? That sounded weird. 04 unprotected. 05 unprotected. Actually, 07. Okay, they got 2. So they get Chris Kaman. That's why they wanted that spot. Alright, well, I'm not feeling bad about that. We didn't get an offer for this one. Let's see what we can get. It's probably the same thing. Carmelo Anthony. The 6th pick, which is, I think, what I got from them originally. That's interesting. And then they want to trade Kaman already. 6th and 11th gets me Carmelo or Cayman. 6th and 7th gets me Carmelo and a first. Well, that's not really what we're looking for here. I'm going to keep trying Boozer. They really are already over Carmelo Anthony for some reason. Six, 27, and 28 for Carmelo. I mean, that's a good trade from my standpoint, but why are they trading Carmelo Anthony? Who's on their team? Why would they not want to put Stephon Marbury and Carmelo Anthony together and try something special? They have a chance to kind of rebuild the team, it looks like. Marbury, I don't know if he'll accept that. He probably will. Mike Miller. It's 3 people. Caron Butler. So you've got the starting of a decent core. Why are you trying to trade him? All I know is I don't need him. I don't need a lot of these people, but to have Carmelo come in. So we got Wade here, who's already the same overall as these guys. Carmelo would come in and not, or make Pippen not play. I don't know that I want that. It's also going to take points away from Kobe and Shaq and Dirk, because Carmelo will get his shots up. So I think we're just going to have to go around and do a proposal here. Find somebody that's not very good, like the Bucks, who are usually bad. The Bulls are pretty bad. Yeah, they're awful. We can't get... We could only get their 07. Somebody with multiple picks would be good. The Celtics were pretty good. We played them in the playoffs. The Jazz look to be terrible, but we already have. So this is where it screws up because the rules involved. They can't trade consecutive picks. If the 05, which I probably already have it, is my guess. So like this one would work, 06 and 07. So the Knicks, perhaps. The thing is I could, well, no, can't do that. Knicks, the Lakers are good, Mavericks are good, Nets are good, Nuggets are good. Here's the Rockets again. They're getting Carmelo and probably have Marbury, so that probably isn't a good trade. The Spurs are not good. And they're not going to be very good, it looks like. So maybe we get the 05, 06. Let's just try it all here. What if we give you that one? No? Oh, interesting. Okay. That works. TJ Ford going to San Antonio. Pacers back on the clock. Let's see who's at the top. Still Heinrich and Barbosa, right? Yep. So they're not taking who they say is supposed to be next. We don't need West unless we trade Boozer. 7th pick still gets us Carmelo and Cayman. What's happening? Alright, we're going to have to, whoops. We're going to have to do a proposal again. 7th, we'll go the opposite way this time. How good were the Heat? They don't look very good, but Richard is getting better. Gerald is getting better. That's about it. So the Heat are a possibility. Blazers just got LeBron. The Suns, we already took something earlier. The Spurs we just traded with. The Rockets. Okay, so the Knicks were the other one. Who's on the Knicks? Kmart and Joe Johnson. So we can probably do some Knicks trades here. 06, 07. Perfect. They can get Kirk Heinrich. Go for it. Suns get Barbosa. That's fun. Kings get Josh Howard. Knicks get Darko. So he does go top 10. Get some trade offers here for, 22 offers. Let's see if we can take one of them. Brian Grant, Mike James, Wright and Boykins, Ostertag. Jeffries was an all-rookie. Larry Hughes in a second. Foyle, first, and Bender. There's Josh Howard, who just got picked 9th. Darko. There's 2 pick. Oh, no, one's protected. And it's the Lakers who are good. Jacobson. There's the Nuggets. They are really good. And one of those might be my pick. I don't know. I mean, 2 firsts at this point is solid, no matter who. That was the other team we were looking at. So probably that one. Probably the Heat. The Wolves are good as well. So let's go to the Heat. See if we need to do that. They have 1 guy under contract. Alright, so they want the Denver pick. Which one is that? It is the last one. Okay. Well, why not? Oh, now you're not interested. So you were interested and then you weren't interested. Alright, here we go. Get more draft picks. David West goes to the Miami Heat. The Sixers grab Luke Ridnour. We don't get any offers now. The top guys available, we've got Dante Jones, who is coaching Summer League team for Clippers, maybe? I don't remember. Boris Diaw, Collison, Perkins. So nobody I'm super excited about. Dante's a good defender. But I also need to save room. If I'm not going to draft a 3rd rookie, I'm probably going to sign a veteran because I don't have a super old team. It's Peyton and Pippen, and then that's about it. So, let's see what the 13th pick gets us. Dampier and Dickow. Greg Ostertag. Kind of the same people as before. Lakers still giving firsts. The Nuggets are not giving 2 firsts now, but a first and a second, that might be okay. But I'd probably rather get from a bad team a protected pick. The Magic were good. T-Wolves, I'm going to see if they're going to still be good. Well, nobody's under contract except for Michael Bradley. And nobody's like super good, so this might be the way to go. 06 and a 04 second. Sure. Unless they have something else for me. They do have their 07 still. 2 seconds, Boston and New Jersey for their 05. Okay, sure. Marcus Banks goes to Minnesota. The Clippers are trading to get Tony Battie, who was pretty good. He was fighting for minutes with Marcus Camby, but Celtics get Kendrick Perkins. Cool. Alright, now we have like the next 5 picks, I think. Please let me trade them. Alright, the same guys popping up here in the trade offers. Josh Howard and Darko again. There's the Lakers. They have a fairly young team with Billups and Rashid, so I don't think I want to deal with them. Mavericks, maybe. Nuggets, they're about to lose David Robinson, who still didn't retire. The Sonics are good. Coleman would be a veteran, and we wouldn't have to sign somebody, but he's the wrong position. I need a wing player. Magic are relatively young. Alright, so we were looking Nuggets. They've got Kirilenko and Al Harrington, but David Robinson's going to be 38 soon. He's still good, but my God, he's still 88 overall. Oh, they have Jet down here too. Let's go ahead and see what they've got going. They've got their 04. They've got my 04, but they can't trade anything else. New Jersey and mine. Who is Max Lewis? You're giving me fake people. Get out of here. Okay, well, let's cancel that and go here. But this is next year, so they're still going to be good next year. If that was an 05, that'd be good. Let's look at the Mavericks. Peja, Joe Smith is a free agent. This looks like a better deal. 04 and 05 and Moiso. Let's give them one of these others. They added another first, and the second round's a swap. They gave me one of their first too, though. Okay, let's just try this straight up and see what happens. I don't want Drew Moiso. What if I make this an 07 instead? You still want... Alright, you gave me another second. Or swapping. Sure. Although, what did they do earlier? They gave me another first. They did something silly. I put an 05 up. Second. Oh. We still have some seconds down here for you. Becomes a swap best for me. And they still give me Moiso. Stop it. Alright, was there anything else before I fiddle with this even more? It looks like the Mavericks are the best deal. There was something I did. It was like, oh, maybe a second. Oh, I didn't add a second? I thought I added a second. 04, 05, and that second. We like what we have. Okay, well, let's do that. What is happening? stop with the Jerome Moiso? Alright, so let's do Trade Finder just on those picks and see what happens. Since that's just becoming too difficult, let's do an 04 and an 05. And they say nothing. We're on pick 15. They want the 18 and 19 for the 20 and then an extra one. That's fine, but that's not the picks we're in right now. Okay, so let's get rid of the 18 and put the 15. Can we do the 15 and 22? They added a first with a protection, my gosh. Okay, 15 and 19. Oh my gosh. I didn't know this was going to be the hardest trade we did here. Okay, first 20 and 04. 18, 19. 16, 17 for the 20, 25 and an extra first. Well, that works, but it still doesn't get rid of the 15 for me. So, I also don't want to pick up more picks this year. I already have so many that I don't want. Let's try this yet. Oh my gosh. Whoops. 06, 07, please. 16, 18. Okay, I will just give you the 15. Take the 15 and take the 18. Oh my gosh. Why though? Why are they all about Jerome Moiso? Oh my gosh. I'm about to stop doing business with you, Mavericks. We're going back to the Nuggets. Although theirs was... The problem was they only had theirs, right? And they were going to be good. Alright. Did I do both of these already? Luis Scola. He didn't get to play as a rookie. Ty Lue, who made all sorts of threes, I think. Udonis. There's a first from the Hawks. Lakers are giving 2. I mean, I can look to see, but I think they're going to be good for a while. So that's their pick and my pick. I don't want my pick. The Sonics have Garnett and Duncan, so those are not going to be good. The Magic have Jermaine, Elton Brand, Jason Williams, and Hito Turkoglu, so I don't think those picks will be good. So let me just look at the Lakers, just entertain it here. They've got Rose still for 2 years, and these guys are locked up, so I don't think this is going to be a good idea. Okay, let's do 15 and 19. Does that change anything at all? Doesn't look like it. Some of the picks are a little bit different. The Magic, I mean, I can look at their deals, I guess. Brand is expired. They still have Williams and Jermaine. Arvidas still didn't retire. So, I mean, these guys are all getting better. But we can give it a try. I mean, they're probably going to be around. It's just a risk, whatever. Can I do the 22nd instead of the 19th, though? They added something. They added the 19th. for another first. Probably? Sure? Yeah. They got Dante Jones. We are back on the clock. How many picks do we have left? We have 16, 17, 18. The only person I'm thinking about getting is maybe Kyle Korver. He's 16th at the earliest. Boris Diaw is a small forward. I think if Korver's there at 18, I'll take him. Otherwise, just sign somebody. Alright, same guy's popping up here for the 16th pick. Still can get Josh Howard. So I can trade the 16th and a second for the 9th. Lakers still giving first. The Mavericks still trying to give me Jerome Moiso. Nuggets. The Sonics I was going to look at. But let's do this first. The other thing I could do is just draft Korver now. I can get 2 from the Sonics. They have Duncan for 2 years, Garnett for 1, Barron is expired, so maybe they're not going to be guaranteed to be good. They were really good this year, though. And Garnett's only an 83. Let's do it. Why not? Get Jarvis, don't get Korver, don't get Korver. Keith Bogans. Alright. Now we will go ahead and get us, I think, some Kyle Korver. And we still possibly have the option of signing somebody if we're letting Manu walk. Korver to the Pacers. Alright, Magic, Boris Diaw. Mavs, Collison. We have a trade here. Larry Hughes for the 21st pick. So Celtics making a few trades here to get some rookies. Zaza's in Boston. Luke Walton's in the Magic. Grizzlies go with Mo Williams. Forgot about him. Might be a steal here at 23. There's our first fake person. Goes at 24. Willie Green to the Mavericks. Fake guy. Fake Matt Bonner. Gets to play in San Antonio. We don't have too many real people left. There was like just enough for a first round, I think. There's Brian Cook, also to the Spurs. Jose Calderon to the Bulls. Wow. That was late. Steve Blake barely gets drafted. Josh Powell to the Timberwolves. And the Blazers started the draft, and now they finished the draft with Val Milton Carlos. Don't think he's going to be signed. Alright, so LeBron ends up, he's an 84 overall. Game changer for Portland. We got Wade and Bosch, Carmelo's to Houston. Alright. Signing, yes please. We'll see what number Dwayne Wade's going to be. Pippen is 3 currently. I think Bosch can be 4, and Korver should be able to be 26. Options, yes, we'll go ahead and do all of those. Iverson and Marbury are both going to be free agents. I thought Marbury would accept his, but guess not. If they don't bring him back, Carmelo's going to score all sorts of points if they don't get another scorer. Nobody else really got declined, it looks like. qualifying offers. For now, let's give it to Manu. We'll see what we do here. All right, top free agents. It says we're negative 36 million in cap room. We can only give minimum contracts because we're so far over. Morning, who's been with the Kings, might be going to the Lakers. Brand, who's been with the Magic, is restricted, so we'll see if they match. Oftentimes the computer is stupid and doesn't match, but if they bring Elton Brand in to play with LeBron, they're like a playoff team immediately. Stackhouse was with Boston. Boston's going to have a completely new team, it seems. He's going to the Grizzlies, where they already have a bit of a super team. Well, I guess I don't know who else under contract. He really doesn't want to play for the Bulls, evidently. They're giving him $3 more million, and he's like, nope, I'd rather play elsewhere. Iverson, the Suns are not on this list. What are they doing? Oh boy. It'd be cool if he goes to the Sixers. And Jason Kidd. I thought maybe the Suns would be here. Like, why are they not giving money to Iverson? Maybe to Jason Kidd? Nope. The Pistons is where he's played his whole career, I believe. Yes. So we'll see if they keep him around. Interesting stuff. I've got some cap holds I can probably get rid of. Definitely Chris Mills. And Dylan Campbell. Let's go ahead and look at the roster here. We have only one opening, and it's for technically Manu Ginobili for this super team. Do we want... I didn't realize Bosch was as good as Yao. Do we want to sign a veteran or bring Manu back? We've got 3 guys over 30. We don't have enough mentors for all these guys, so I think I gotta let Manu walk. The other option is to sign him and then trade him once he's eligible to be traded, since sign and trade's not a thing on this unless you turn off the rules for whatever reason. Maybe 2K24 will have sign and trade. But this would be a situation where I would trade him, but I'm also in a fine situation to where I can just let him walk for nothing and probably be fine. See how much money he wants. He is the second best shooting guard. He wants $7 million. We're already way over the cap. We've like doubled the cap, it seems. So I think we let him go and we focus on either a shooting guard or probably a shooting guard with some age. Kind of like Steve Smith. That's why I didn't take away his cap hold, just because I thought maybe he can be on the team. Somebody with a bit of age and badges like Nick Anderson. Nick Anderson, who did play for the Pacers for 1 season. He didn't get to play much, and that would be the situation here too. He's 79 overall, so a little too good probably for what we're looking for, but maybe he's fine with that. There's also Penny Hardaway. He seems to fit this team pretty well, super teams. He does want the minimum for some reason. He's 30, well, he's only 76, so. He has the same overall as Steve Smith, so I think Penny Hardaway is going to come, and we will have, with Shaq, on the same team, Penny, Kobe, and D-Wade. That's pretty cool. We couldn't manage to get LeBron, but... Alright, so I'm going to do that. Penny Hardaway is going to get an offer. And then we'll advance a day. He signed. We still have a trade exception. Morning. Still looks like maybe the Lakers. Brand still lots of people at the top. The Suns are finally giving an offer to Allen Iverson. That's good to see. Kid did make his decision. I'm not going to look. Sonics trying to keep Marbury around. No, Rockets trying to keep him around. Alright, now Manu's probably getting offers if he's not the best shooting guard, or he is the best shooting guard. Ilgauskas was on the Timberwolves. Doesn't look like he's going back there. Van Baker getting some offers. Looks like people are going after Ron Artest. Possibly the Grizzlies. I think he's currently on the Bucks. Manu's getting all sorts of offers. Sure, go to Toronto. Or go play with LeBron. That'd be fun. Gonna have to make a decision. There's Barron going back to the Sonics. He is going to the Raptors. I am not going to match you. Goodbye, Manu. It's the first time in a while I've let somebody walk for nothing. Usually I trade them the year before to get something, but we've got so many draft picks and we don't need anything, so we're gonna supply a good player who's been held back. He barely got to... he got to play in every game for the first time, but he played very little per game. 10 minutes per game. Per 36 was getting 11 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Got better at threes. He's now 86 at them. So, go be free, Manu. Go be free. Alright. So Marbury didn't get a contract agreed to. Lamar Odom getting some offers. Mashburn's now getting offers. He was on the Timberwolves, yeah. So Minnesota might have some big changes here. That's the team he was on too. Be curious to see what happens. The Rockets are still on here, but not at the top. We will just every once in a while look to see, hey, that's the team he was on. He was supposed to be restricted, so they let him be unrestricted, and now they're still going to sign him, potentially? I don't understand that. Miller to the Sonics. Camby not going... The Celtics really are just going to look totally different, it seems. Kukoc now at the top. He was on the Sonics as well. Possibly going to Philly. Mutombo has already played for the Lakers. Doesn't look like he wants that contract. Bruce Bowen. The other thing I should have looked at while teams still had money, I don't know how Jason Richardson's playing now with Dwayne Wade. Does it get me anything? I don't know what I would want. Jamal Crawford. Bring Vince Carter back. Gerald Wallace. And a second. I think we just keep the depth. Look at this team. Look at this team. This is the most loaded team by far in these 20 years. Bruce Bowen going to the Bulls. Mutombo's now getting some good offers, possibly going to Philly. That'd be my dog, because our doorbell rang. Rodney Rogers. We'll just keep going days here. We're halfway. Glenn Rice was on the Grizzlies. Looks like maybe to the Pistons to play with Kidd. Sorry about the background noise. Sean Marion, who we traded to the Grizzlies and had a heck of a season. Looks like he won't be returning to the Grizzlies. Getting lower in the overalls here. Birdman, possibly to the Lakers. Last day of free agency. Elton Campbell's up there. Might be able to let him be free. He didn't get to play a game last year. We've had him for 2 seasons. Alright, so now let's look at some player progression. We'll go position by position like we have in the past to see that Tony Parker went up 4. Peyton and Nash stayed put. I was hoping maybe Nash getting Finals MVP would do something, but I guess not. He got worse at some things. He's still 98 at threes. Peyton still going up in some things. I think that happened last year too. They're both amazing passers. Parker's getting up there. Parker's a better defender now. Consistency, oh no. Nash getting a lot slower. So, I think 83 is just where Steve Nash is going to be for the rest of his career. And next season, Parker might pass him. I don't know. That's why he didn't want that much money. Shooting guard. Richardson went up 3. We got Penny going down. That's kind of expected. Got better at threes. Probably good thing I didn't trade him, because now he's going to be worth more to trade. Got a little slower. He's not a terrible defender. 79 perimeter D. So maybe he does. I don't know. It's so hard not to play Dwayne Wade. Kobe goes up 1. Didn't expect that, but I like it. It's the first time he's played almost every game. Pippen only went down 1. I expected maybe 2 or 3. He still can't shoot threes. Kobe went up in passing. Defensive consistency. Powell is as good as Dirk. So in kind of a similar way that Dirk passed Garnett, is that what's happening now? Gasol goes up 4. He didn't even get to play more than he did last year, I don't think. Boozer went up a couple too. Dirk didn't get better at threes. I was thinking Dirk might still go up because he had such a better year, but I guess he went up in some stuff. Four in defensive consistency. He's a great rebounder and interior defender. Shaq stayed put. Yao went up 3. So Yao does end up better than Bosch. At least Shaq didn't go down. He's been going down 1 lately, each off season. Shot IQ's 89. Interior D's 86. Rebounding, he's a better defensive rebounder than Shaq now. Alright, so overall, pretty good. The only guys that went down were Pippen and Hardaway. And we had some guys go up. So let's go team by team and see what looks different. The Pistons did get Glenn Rice. They already had Curry, so they're missing kind of a shooting guard. I don't see a shooting guard. I guess it could be Tony Delk. Probably Tony Delk. But Amari goes up 4 after his rookie year. The Rockets did not keep Marbury around, so Carmelo Anthony is about to average 30 points a game as a rookie. They got Caron and Miller. They didn't really replace a point guard. It's probably Daniels. LaFrentz probably is their center. This is not a good team. I don't know why they were trying to trade Carmelo. Spurs still have Kenny Anderson as their best player. They did add Rodney Rogers. Q Rich went up to, they got Sprewell. Suns do not have Allen Iverson on their team, so now Jamal Crawford gets to average more than 18 points probably. Interesting. They drafted Kaman. This is not a good team. Sonics did keep Davis, so they get Duncan. Duncan went up to Garnett is actually an 82. 83, I guess, with other factors. They did also get Andre Miller. I don't understand why. One of them's going to be a sixth man, I guess. They also got Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp gets to probably finish his career in Seattle. That's fun. For the Blazers, so Battier goes up 4, almost as good as LeBron. He'd probably switch to shooting guard in this team. They signed Antoine Walker from the Spurs. This is a good-looking team. Bibby, Battier, James, Randolph, McGlure, and Antoine is your sixth man. I think they'll do pretty well. It's at least a 45-win team, I think. We'll see how it plays out. Warriors look more or less the same as before. Carter goes down 1 after a career year. That doesn't make any sense. Wallace also went down 1 after getting to play more than ever before. Francis. So they did lose somebody. They had somebody else with... Oh, it's Penny Hardaway. He's on my team now. So it's still a good team, but I didn't expect to see guys going down. The Heat, Richard did not go up after averaging 18 points. They stole Theo from the Clippers. They don't have guards on this team. They've got fake guys. Oh boy. For the Hornets, Big Dog stays at 87. Peterson goes up a couple. They signed Jet from the Nuggets. He went down 1, and he's missing his right kneecap, so that's probably part of the reason. Bonzi, I thought, was amazing, so I don't know why he's going down. They don't have a center. Well, they're all down here, all those fake guys. For the Magic, they lost Elton Brand, so there was quite a bit of movement across the star players, it seems, which means also the Magic did not match whatever deal Brand got, because I think he would have been restricted. So Jermaine's probably back to being a power forward now, next to Sabonis. Piatkowski as a starter is not great, but still a decent-looking team. Timberwolves lost Mashburn and Leitner and Ilgauskas, so this is not looking good. Maggetti's about to average probably 30 points instead of 23. They did get Larry Hughes in a trade, but this is an awful-looking team. Raptors, I gave them their best player. He went up 4. He's about to average 20 a game probably, because they've got nobody else really. Michael Finley went up 1. The Grizz are who got Mashburn, so that replaces Glenn Rice on their team. Reggie stayed put at an 81. He did try to retire, by the way, so this will be his last season, it seems. We'll see what they can do. They're missing a point guard. I forget who their point guard was before, but now it's evidently... Hey, it's rookie Mo Williams. Cool. All right. Well, Allen Iverson's on the Sixers. If that's not cool, I don't know what is. After 7 years on the Suns, dominating the court with crazy shooting percentages, he finds himself home in Philly. They also have Mutombo, who played with Iverson. I think Kukoc did too at one point. So they're just like recreating some Iverson teammates. Their point guard looks to be rookie Luke Ridnour. Okay. Not a bad-looking team. Iverson's going to score a lot, which is probably what he needs to do. The Bucks have 7 players, and nobody new, I don't think. Nope. Sorry, Gary Trent's new. Ron Artest went up 1, Arenas went up 4. Wizards look the same. Allen and McGrady both stuck at their overalls. I'm surprised Allen didn't go down because he was hurt. They did get Cassell. That's who the point guard for the Grizzlies was. So Grizzlies took a hit there. And the Wizards pick up a nice addition at point. The Bulls are still awful. They don't have Eddie House anymore to score 20 points a game. But they did get Bruce Bowen, so their defense on the wing is going to be locked down. But they have no scoring. Keon Dooling's going to average a lot of points, probably. For the Cavs, Tyson Chandler goes up 1, still their best player. They've got nothing going for them. Celtics, they blew up their team for some reason. They were in the playoffs. They lost Stackhouse, Camby, Batee, I forget who else, but Michael Redd is getting better. Desmond Mason's getting better, so I guess that's why they got rid of Stackhouse, because they had some up-and-comers there. Reggie Evans goes up 2, and they drafted Perkins and Blake. Leitner and Grant Hill are reunited in Los Angeles. So Leitner jumps from Minnesota. Hill goes down 1. Jamison stayed put. That's surprising. They got Batee. They signed Allen Houston from Seattle. They signed Fisher from Utah. That's not a bad-looking team. They also have Jawan down here. All right, the Hawks get Ilgauskas. So put him with Pierce and Jay Williams, who goes up 3. They kept Odom. This is a good-looking team. They got, they already had Ori. They stole Van Exel from Miami. He was an All-NBA player, I believe. That's a big get. Second team All-NBA. This team might make some waves. The Jazz did nothing. They have 2 real people on their team. Drew Gooden's about to average even more points. I don't know what happens. Like, do they not have a GM? Is that what happens? Oh boy. The Kings lost Mourning and didn't really gain anybody. I guess Brendan Haywood gets to take over at center. They did draft Josh Howard. They don't have a point guard at all. The Knicks got Stackhouse, so more scoring to go next to Joe Johnson. They drafted Kirk Heinrich and Darko. So there's their starting lineup. Not bad relative to a lot of the rest of the teams we've seen. Joe Johnson went up to 4 after averaging 18 points for the second straight year. The Lakers did end up getting Mourning to be their new center, along with Sheed, Rose, Billups, and Rip, who's stuck at a 78 overall. Off the bench, Danielle, Kwame, and they got Nick Anderson. Some pretty good bench players down here. So Lakers will keep competing in the West. Mavs did keep Joe Smith. They still have Peja and Bradley. They did get Vin Baker to be, I guess, the 6th man. And Sean Marion on the Mavs. So, kind of unfortunate, because if he was on one of these teams that had like 4 people, he could score a lot of points. But 77 overall on this team, probably not going to be great, and he's not even going to start, unfortunately. The Nets got Elton Brand and Marcus Camby. Why the Magic did not match him, I have no idea. He's one of the best players in the whole league. So that's their starting lineup I think we'll be seeing them around in the playoffs. Terrell Brandon was the sixth man of the year last year. For the Nuggets, they ended up signing Marbury. I don't remember if I ended up getting one of their draft picks or not, but probably not going to be good if it's next year's. They did keep Karolinko. They don't have a shooting guard. I guess Brent Barry's not bad. And that's that. So let's advance. We'll get past the Summer League. And then we'll see where was the All-Star Game in 2004. I'm just going to say this every time I do this. Why this is not a default thing in 2K, I do not know. It was in the Staples Center, so why by default is it in Dallas? Why can't that be a real thing? You get all the real jerseys and courts and logos and rules and expansion teams, but you can't have the right All-Star city? Makes no sense. Alright, we will load the 04 class. I'm currently working on the 06 class. Let's go ahead and see what happens in 04 here. So Devin Harris and Dwight Howard, J.R. Smith, Al Jefferson, Emeka Okafor, Tony Allen, Sean Levinson, Josh Smith, Andre Iguodala, Josh Childress, Chris Humphrey, Sebastian Telfair, and Kevin Martin. Seeing Okafor reminds me that we have an expansion team joining next offseason in the Bobcats. So we have to keep in mind that we can only protect 8 players. If you remember, in 1995, that is how we lost Reggie Miller, because we had too many people to protect, and I made a bad choice, and the Grizzlies stole Reggie Miller, and they've had him ever since. So that's going to be a fun little twist. At least they can only take one person. On the world side, Ben Gordon-Oldang, Bino Udrih, Sasha Vujicic, Andres Biedrins, Anderson Varejao. Decent guys on that side. USA won by 42. Let's go ahead and advance. All right. So I do want to take a quick look at it was the Bucks and somebody else that had only a few players. Them. So they did fill their team with a bunch of 71 overall players. Oh boy. This team's not going to score. They're going to have like 12 wins. That is awful. The Celtics didn't have many people either, I don't think. But the Bucks, I'm super curious to see. Yeah, they were low on people as well. Looks like they signed some of the better people. The Bucks had down to like there. Okay, well, not game changers. They've got like 6 centers. Was there anybody else that barely had enough to field a team? Don't remember anybody in particular having that issue other than who we already saw. I think that was just about it. The Rockets didn't have much going for them. Alright, let's take a look at the best players at each position here. Point guards, well, overall, Tim Duncan's the only over 90 player. Yeah, again, I think I said this before, but if I were to go through this again, I would change the potential, I guess, likelihood, or however that's worded, when you edit a player, you can go in and do like their max potential and how likely they are to like boom or bust. I think I would put the really good players' boom a lot higher. I thought by putting their normal potential like fairly high, then that would mean it would be all these guys would get good, but I think that's what's holding people back. So at least it's around the league. I mean, it does make it a little worse that I have so many of the good players, like Gary Payton, who's tied for the best point guard. Nash is tied for 6th. Shooting guard, there's Manu. He's now 4th. Traded him. Richardson's tied there, too. I guess tied for 3rd, technically. And Dwayne Wade, who we just drafted, is 6th. Technically, Kobe's starting at small forward, so he is. I did, what, last year? Made him a small forward? I refused to make Gary Payton technically a shooting guard, because he's not. He just starts there. LeBron is the 6th best small forward. We got Dirk is the 2nd power forward. Gasol is 3rd, trailing Weber. Center, Shaq is tied with David Robinson and Jermaine. I guess if I make Jermaine a power forward, that'll take that away. But Yao is right there in 5th, and Bosch already. So the Pacers have 3 of the top 10 centers. That's fun. All right. What I'll do now offline is go through and change numbers, positions, do training, rotation, all that fun stuff. So if we're going to take one quick look. Dwight, Iggy, Emeka, Dwight, Iggy, Harris. So that's what we have to look forward to. I don't know. Do I have a ridiculous number of picks as well? Yes, I sure do. How many fit on a screen? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 first-round picks coming up. Not as many as last year, so we'll see how the draft plays out. But we got a lot of simulating and fun stuff to do between now and then. We are coming off an 80-2 season, so I don't think we're going to top it. We'll see how close we can get to it. Till then, thanks for tuning in. Two Shack Redemption's out.